James with the Wellness Way Columbia. Hope you're all having a wonderful Sunday afternoon. I know I'm running a little bit late today, but I want to catch you all before kickoff if you all are watching the game. Today's recipe is a fudge brownie recipe. I'll be posting a link to the video. I found a blogger's recipe that I liked pretty well. There were some substitutions that I did. I ended up doing a double batch, so half of what you see here was as written, only I substituted agar for the egg. The other side, instead of doing the almond flour, I did cassava flour. And in all honesty, I've taste tested both, and I want to say the cassava flour one, it's a better brownie, just so you're aware there. But ratios and everything else were the same, other than I ended up adding 2 tablespoons more water on the cassava flour side. Let's see, let me hop on and make sure if there's any comments or questions. Okay, hi Diane, hi Heather, thanks for joining us today. So again, I'll be linking into the recipe for you, and I actually had a piece of paper that had all of it written on it, and I didn't bring it into the office with me, so I apologize for that. But what you're going to need for this recipe, you're going to need your almond flour, you're going to need your cacao. This called for butter. I opted, instead of doing regular organic butter, going for ghee. But they also had instructions if you wanted to be completely vegan, dairy-free, on how to do it with coconut oil. I didn't try that version, but from the way the instructions were going, it made sense what substitutions they were doing. And as a sweetener, I did use xylitol, and that's how they wrote the recipe. So I was really impressed on that front. And they did not do this tip, but I would recommend blending your xylitol down to make a powdered xylitol. It makes it, when you're trying to mix the cacao and the butter and the xylitol all together, allows it to blend a little bit better, and the end result is that you don't have as much grittiness, you don't have as much granules to it. So again, you put your butter, your cacao, your xylitol all in a pan, stir it all together, and some salt. You heat it up very low. So again, you want it very low, just until everything blends together. Add in your egg or your egg substitute. So again, I did one tablespoon of agar, 1 tablespoon of water. So it called for 2 eggs, so I did 2 of those. And then you bake it at 350 for anywhere from 15 to 25 minutes. For me, the almond flour was closer to 23 minutes. The cassava was probably closer to 20 minutes. Again, both of them you should be able to stab with a toothpick. And with the almond flour, it never really completely came out clean, so you want it to come out moist. The cassava flour came out perfect. So if you're wanting one to try and trying to debate which one, make it with cassava flour, and just add in a little bit extra water before while you're mixing everything together. And then again, if you're wanting some nice, clean, crisp cuts, one of their tips was to stick it in the freezer before you cut it. So that's how I got relatively straight lines, everything held together. But it is a very moist, very mushy brownie. So I'm very happy with it. Especially, both of them are good. The cassava flour one is better. Let's see. And Diane, that's perfect. That's exactly why I actually made this for a friend's birthday that's tomorrow. Some of the people have a almond allergy. Others did not. So I wanted to do it as written with the almond flour, and then try the cassava flour to see if that was better, or see if it was just a good alternative. And in fact, I think it's better than the almond meal. Well, it is now 5:30, so kickoff is about to happen. So again, I'll be linking into the recipe as soon as I get home, and you'll have a copy of that. So be checking in the comments. And the recipe was written in the metric system, so everything called for grams. I did write down the conversions for you, and I did as I was making it. So I'll be posting that kind of key into how many the 80 grams of flour converts into how many tablespoons or cups. So you all have a great evening, and I hope you enjoy watching the Super Bowl today if you're watching it. Thank you. Have a great day. Goodbye.